this right here is the table saw. And, well, what is the table saw? Well, the table saw is a specialized piece of equipment that is supposed to cut wooden objects, and it has a blade that runs down the middle of the machine, and the blade, it's about half of a blade, and there's like a guardrail on the like close by to the blade that's supposed to guide the piece of wood as you push it. So yeah, the saw blade will cut the wood, and the wood will come out of one side. It will input through one side and come out of another. So yeah, that's basically what this table saw does. Here is what it looks like. These are the components of it. So basically, the ones you would like to take note of are the fence, the blade guard, the on-off switch, the table itself, I guess, the blade lift handle, blade lift lock. So basically, take note of all of these, and basically the ones I just said, what they do. The fence, basically what this one does is what I said above. It guides the piece of wood that is being cut. So if you were cutting down the middle of a piece of wood, you would want to know the width of the wood, and you'd ideally have half of the width. That's the distance between the blade and the fence, so that it will be clean. And the blade, that's what cuts. The blade guard is what you would have on top of the blade at all times when you're not using the blade. The blade lift handle is what lifts the blade up so that you can adjust it accordingly to the height of the wood. The on-off switch obviously turns on the machine. So yeah. General safety. So this machine is fairly dangerous if you don't know your safety guidelines. Basically, you want to follow the normal guidelines of every machine, such as wearing safety goggles. You don't want any dangling items such as hair. You'd want that tied up. You'd wear closed-toed shoes, and if you don't know how to use the machine, you should obviously ask for help. And if you're unsure of what to do, if you make a mistake, you should also ask for help. So basically, on this table saw, there's this thing called Kickback, where if you're cutting your wood and you accidentally push it into the blade, there's a chance it will get propelled off of the blade at really high speeds into the operator, or anywhere, or it'll be pushed off, usually into a wall that's in front of it, or if the operator is unsafely standing in front of the blade, the place where it's coming out of, yeah, it'll hit the operator at a big force. So basically, what you'd want to do is just stand on the side and use some kind of object to push the piece of wood down the blade. And also make sure you're pushing the wood down the correct place. I think it's against the blade. You'd want to push it down there so that you don't make this mistake. This is what Kickback looks like. Notice how the wood is being pushed unevenly, so that could, that would definitely cause kickback. And then, how do we use the table saw? So, you would use the table saw first by plugging it in, so you can turn it on, obviously. Then you would make sure you're in a safe environment. You don't want to accidentally get wood shavings on a place where wood shavings shouldn't be. And then you would follow the safety guidelines that I outlined just to make sure you have everything set up. Then you would have your wood piece, obviously, and you would adjust the table saw's blade so that it's a tooth's length over the piece of wood that you want to cut. And you would also have the fence set up so that it would have the wood piece aligned. Then you would, after you have those all set up, you would turn on the machine, place the wood on the correct side to be cut, and then you would push it down, ideally using an object like some kind of object with considerable length so that you can easily push it from one side to the other. And also make sure your hand or what you're holding doesn't shake so that you don't accidentally cause kickback. And once you're all done and you're satisfied with your cut, you can safely turn off the machine and clean up and stuff.